Welcome, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. Happy 2025, you guys. Can you believe it? We've survived so far, and I've already laid some cards here. So I think that you guys are going to do more than survive this coming up here, just so you know. All right. So I was going to start in to love you guides, but your guides had a whole different idea. Okay. So they wanted to talk to you about money, and I got a bunch of cards laid out here. So we're going to go ahead and get into it, Aries. And so you guys are aware, I have my trusty Osho Zen, and that's what I got laid out here right now. That's a tarot deck. And then I have tons of oracle decks out here. I'm going to put all the links in the comments, or the names and the links in case you want to purchase a deck in the comments. And you guys, I don't really get anything for you guys purchasing these decks, but I have a lot of you, ask me what decks I use and, wanting to know where you can get them. So I just figured I'd start putting the names down there and the links for you, so you can check them out if you want to. And I don't know about you guys, but it's been somewhat a rough year for me. I know we, draw in what we manifest and so forth. But yeah, this was a trying year for me. I had some challenges come my way that were kind of harsh. So if you have been in the same boat with me, no things are about to change for you, especially on the financial end. But you have to let go of past happenings, okay? So the first direct messages from your guides, and they couldn't wait to get it out to you, Aries, is that you have to let go of past happenings around money. And I want you to really think about this, maybe even meditate on what you could be holding on to. So if that doesn't resonate, don't assume that's not for you. You might have some subconscious imprints because this is such a strong message, you guys. I want all of you to take this serious, okay? Um, and it could even be some subconscious imprint that you got through your childhood. So, like if your parents were always struggling for money and they were projecting that energy and talking about, having money worries and things of that nature, this definitely could be weighing on you, Aries, somewhere in the back of your mind. And you might not even be aware of it, saying, oh, no, here's our inner script. And, we're embracing poverty. We're a survivor, not a thriver, I guess you could say, right, Aries? I'm making up words now. But it's kind of keeping you from your passion, that passionate life that you want to live. You got to break free to get here, okay? And to even kind of confirm on that more, we have the compromise card, which would be working to move things to the next level. We have it in reverse. So it's creating a blockage for you. I mean, the guides couldn't be more direct, suppressed, compromise card in reverse. Here's your passions that all these past things are holding you from. So, no past failures, have no holding on what you can do in the future. All right. We got to clear the slate of these any kind of negative thinking around money. And, maybe even get, start with an affirmation or a mantra you like. People don't really seem to realize what the power of that is, because they don't use it long enough. You have to choose one and just use it, use it, use it. But my new thing is I say it 10 times in a row when I say it. But I will, write them on my mirror, write them on notepads and send them out places, maybe even write on my hand if I need to. I've even had some of them tattooed, you guys. It'll be opposite for you, but I have focus and breathe right here. So when I look down, it's reminding me to take a deep breath, focus. So do something like that with a little mantra. You don't have to have it tattooed. It doesn't have to be a permanent thing. But use it for at least 21 days, you guys. And that is how you update your internal script. Of course, hypnosis can work as well, but this is just a natural way that you can do it, as you go throughout your day. All right, so you're kind of blocking yourself from something that you're meant to do that you did in your past life as well. So you have a purpose, Aries, um, a passion. And I don't know if this has came forward yet, if you know what this is. I kind of assume you do, because when, somebody has a hobby, something they enjoy, a passion from a past life, it typically becomes very natural to them. Yeah, but maybe something hasn't came through to trigger it yet. But that is where you're going to make your money, Aries. All right. So if you've been on the fence, if you've been scared, to take that leap of faith of following in business of what your passion is. The guides are saying that is exactly what needs to happen. Look at this passionate experience. This is going to be so good for you, Aries. And this is what's going to bring in your money. Look at that. We got the maturity, the Queen of Pentacles, the maturity card showing you mastering finances, you having, a savings, feeling comfortable, living a peaceful, comfortable life. And you're the one with the wisdom and the knowledge. People are coming to you. Okay. So I feel like this last year for a lot of us, maybe you had some circumstances happen that were a little out of the ordinary for you when it came to career. And if I was a guess, it would probably be the last 6 months, Aries, because everybody's been kind of hit the last 6 months of some kind of thing that was out of the normal, that caused some stress, that really had you freaking out a little bit. Check out the mind card here. But this was in the reverse form. So I feel like you got over it pretty fast. You figured it out. Like we saw up here earlier, you're a survivor, right? Want to be a thriver, but we're surviving at the moment. So let's start striving, thriving. Excuse me. Wow. All right. So here's what we got. We got the patience card. So when you move into following your passions, making this money, if that resonates with you, maybe for some of you, you're already on that path. If so, I would take this as confirmation you're on the right path. But they're saying to be patient. Every bit that you make content wise, whatever it may be, is just another little building stone. Okay. And I feel like this is going to move forward many moons. Look at this, you guys. Moving forward many moons. And your money is going to grow as well. I always take this as a sign that your wealth is growing with time. Okay. And if we weren't convinced already, Two of Wands shows passionate possibilities. And I could read this card a couple different ways. I definitely see this as, you need to follow your passions. That's where your money, your wealth resides, but also maybe making money with your partner. So if you've been on the fence about that, or if an idea comes up, when we get these pop-up ideas like kind of moments, you guys, to me that's a message from your guides. If you have that this year or you've had it recently, say, oh, maybe we should go in business together, I would take this as your sign. Okay. I feel like you're going to be letting go of a lot of things that have been weighing on you this last year. Aries, you might overall be happy, but I think you've had some sorrows and some things that weighing on you this year. And the guys want you to know that you're going to be letting that go. You're releasing that, you're healing from any of that. And as this money starts to flow in, which I do see that happening for you, Aries. Be weary that you start to feel a little guilty. And this was part of the reason I thought maybe this might be a subconscious imprint for some of you guys, a blockage with money, like maybe family had money issues. So now you have money issues. Because when this money starts flowing in, I see guilt on your behalf, almost like you don't deserve it. So let's watch this. Because if this starts coming in, you'll start creating blockages to money. And we don't want that to happen, Aries. Okay. So let's keep our passion up. We need to remember that downtime is as important as work time. Okay. So very balanced energy. We're more productive when we take downtime, believe it or not. But let's see what else messages we can get for you. Guys, it seemed like in those messages we just had that you were saying that a career change is in the cards for a lot of these Aries. What messages do you have around that? I'm curious, you guys. I got to get a little bit more details. All right. Aries, some of you are not enjoying working with others, right? You're ready to just get out there on your own, take control of your own life, and you don't want to be isolated from others. I feel like you're a social being. You like people, but these people that you're working with are stressing you out. Or maybe there's some people out, in your living quarters. Maybe you're still living at home, or have some roommates, whatever it may be, and you're wanting to take control of your life. You're wanting to get out of there. You feel like you're yet to follow your dreams. But at the same time, I feel like you're in a good mode as well, Aries, because look, you're going with the flow. Like, all right, if I stress this, it's going to be worse, right? So it's just one step at a time, one little building block at a time. You are getting there. And again, it's all about that passion, that playful energy, having fun, and letting what you dream about, what makes you get excited, flow forward. That's how you're going to make your money, Aries. So, wow, I like that. I'm liking it a lot. All right. So, you guys bear with me for just a moment. I need some coffee. Ah, I will be right back, my dears. Uh, I grabbed some more cards as well. Oh, I'm not meaning to kick you guys. I'm sorry. All right. So, wow. Yeah, I'm glad I found these easily because I was like kicking myself in the butt over here that I didn't have these. All right. So, we are still on career and abundance for Aries. Again, you guys, I'm going to put all the links of these cards down below. So, if these cards resonate with you, you can get your own deck or check them out or whatever. At least you'll be able to get the names for them because I can't remember them. I want to say this is like life purpose oracle. Don't hold me to that. Oh my goodness, Aries. Wow. All right. So we were talking about how it's important for you to follow your passion. That's where your money is. That is where your wealth is, and your happiness as well, Aries. But look at this. The first card we get is Heart's Desires. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. I mean, I don't get more confirming than that. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that is super amazing. That lets us know that, you are supported, that you are capable of following your dreams, that you don't have to, work some dead end job or work a job that you hate every day with people you don't get along with, Aries. I got the counseling card. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty direct. Maybe some of you are a counselor. Maybe some of you are going to be a psychic like me. You could even be a hypnotherapist, maybe. It just goes on and on. I mean, you can even heal and give kind words in music, right? But I feel like you're going to be bringing your healing energy forward. Um, yeah, wow. And the last card here is options. Consider your career possibilities that are open to you. So, I feel like you know what this is. Yeah, I feel like you know what it is. And I know that deep down that you probably know that that's where you're meant to be. All right. So, for those Aries that are already chasing their passion, because I know some of you are out there, let's get some messages for you. What energy or move would they be making in 2025? Whoa. Aries. Oh my goodness. I'm not your mom or anything, but the guys are saying that, a little bit less celebrating. So as the holiday ends, maybe you're still a little in that festive spirit. And the guys are saying moderation is the key here. Living a balanced life is the key here, especially when it comes to bringing in your money. Okay, so look at this, and your money is going to come in fast. I feel like you're already making money, a lot of you Aries, and it's just going to get better for you. I mean, I'm seeing this beginning of the year, King of Pentacles, you sitting very pretty, people admiring you for your position, you being knowledgeable, you being an experienced person. But it's going to take action. I mean, this is very, very direct and no laziness. So if you've done some laying back this last year over 2024 and just been kind of reaping the benefits of your hard work, maybe it was needed and that's okay. But the guys are saying it's time to get back in the flow of things. Because if we take too much time out, you're going to end up feeling foolish, Aries. I'm going to be direct on you about that. And you're going to affect your finances. And my goodness, if we do not have the cards today letting you know, look at this source of passion, the source that is your source of wealth. Very, very cool. All right. So you guys that are just starting out on a new business adventure, career adventure, maybe even school, what messages do the guides have for you? Hmm. Wow. Just like I was talking about earlier, Aries, one little stone at a time. We tend to create something and be like, ta, and then nobody's paying attention. And after a minute, we start to lose our ambition towards that because nobody's paying attention. But once you build all that together, I mean, maybe somebody wasn't paying attention to when you only have corner here, but when you build that whole pyramid, people are looking. Okay. So let's not worry about attention for others or how small something might feel in the moment. Let's just worry about building one little block after the next. All right. And I don't see money slowing down for you. I see it only getting better. But the guys are suggesting for you to be saving, not spending this year. Laid back energy, relaxed energy, making sure to stay balanced, and remaining in the vibrational thought bases, ways of being that somebody would be that is abundant. Okay. So think about when you're in the top of your game, how good it feels. You're not worried about money, how you're going to pay your next bill. Those are not thought bases, right? So we need to let those things go. We need to think how we would think if we were abundant to be abundant, right? So that's what the guys are kind of suggesting here that don't let any dispassionate experiences around money, career in the past weigh on you this year because it's going to do nothing but weigh you down. Okay. So when it comes up, be like, release it, blow it away. Any worrisome thoughts we only put into our mind, our spirit, things that support us. All right, Aries. All right, so let's see what other messages the guys have for you today around career for Aries. Yeah. Wow. Remembrance. Look at this. This is what's going to end up holding you back. Whatever this is around your money, you need to let it go. And if you're not aware of what it is, like I said, you need to get into your head or your mind on a deeper level. It says resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. And when we let emotions resurface, past situations resurface, excuse me, Aries. I didn't mean to burp. But past situations resurface, okay? So we don't want that. So we have to let that go. I know we're all human and I'm not trying to gripe at you. I'm just trying to get you to understand the importance of trying to figure out how we're going to release that and move ourselves to the next level. Because I definitely want to see every single one of you abundant and living your best life. They are waiting to hear from you. Hmm. Wow. What does that mean, Aries, when it comes to career? So, maybe you are passionate about something and you've put yourself out a little bit on a hobby. Maybe some people showed some interest and, you were just like, am I going to entertain that or not? Wow. Yes, you should, Aries. You definitely should. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe that's something that's going to come in around the beginning of the year. Somebody's going to reach out. It's going to be something on the lines of what you passionately enjoy doing, inquiring, maybe even when to purchase or make a deal with you. All right. Wow. So I'm going to give a breakdown of every month. We're going to do all 12 months. And then we're going to lay on 2027 as well. Yeah, we're getting deep today, you guys. All right, guys, we need a timeline. And timing's fluid, you guys. I mean, things could definitely change at any point in time. But I'm going to do my best for you today. A timeline for next year around finances. Feel free to keep notes, you guys. If you want to pause this and get a little notebook, I wouldn't blame you. Wow. Already starting out looking amazing, you guys. You start into January looking amazing. Top sales, people showing you attention, whatever it may be business wise that you do. You're just really in the flow with it. You're feeling abundant. You're making good money. And then February, you're still doing good, but it's borderline, almost like some things are trying to surface with you. Those old past things are resurfacing that we saw a little bit. And then we see in March something coming in that's kind of beyond your illusion. So saying you would never even imagine. And this is some kind of communication from someone else, business level, you guys. Wow, some travel might come in for you in March or just some discussion and plans on travel. Definitely some communications. I don't know if so much you'll be doing the traveling in March, but I'm seeing some communications coming your way around traveling with business. This may even be a friend, but it's going to be business oriented that you would have never expected. And look, this is where it's going to leave you getting more attention for what you do, making more money, and more abundance coming your way. So March, something unexpected. And maybe you're not like traveling at a far. Maybe, it's just the next town or out of your normal area. But then again, in April, you're kind of feeling a little dispassionate again. Um, um, this is the first month where I feel like, I'm seeing a little bit of some, I don't want to say resentment, but losing your spark of passion. So watch yourself in the month of April. I mean, I feel like it's important to remain balanced, taking times out, spending time by water. The guys are saying at this time, I wouldn't even share a lot with others, that it's just going to re-manifest things more into your life to find other ways to vent, maybe through meditation, working out, dancing, whatever it may be. But I feel like you don't need to make the people aware of everything that's going on with you, especially that month. I would keep it to yourself. But yeah, wow. Rebirth card. I always take this as a card of communication. It's in the reverse form. Okay. I got the silence card, you guys. How direct is that? Like, as I'm telling you, not to be telling people in April about what you're doing, it literally gave me the silence card, or the guides did. I shouldn't call them it. And we got the awareness card in reverse. So I would say people don't need to understand your passions. It doesn't need to make sense to them and needs to resonate with you. You need to feel like it's the right path for you. Okay, so meditation, connecting with your higher self and your guides and what your intuition tells you is the right path for you. So keep everything to yourself, because I feel like what people may say to you might start weighing on you and take you right back into some past situations that we dealt with finances before. All right. So one thing I do, you guys, is I mix decks. I've always been a mix and deck kind of person. So I have part of the Osho Zen Tarot, and then I have some of my favorite cards put throughout here. So in this one lay, we definitely have, or we have two of the Beyond the Illusion cards. Okay. So we had what, the first one in March, and now again in May. Now, I got that conscious card attached to that. So I kind of feel like that's, something you're manifesting. You're bringing into creation through your consciousness, but you don't actually believe that that's a possibility. Um, and this is going to kind of prove to you that you are a great manifester. Okay. And you're going to see, wow, that's how I imagine it. That's exactly what I was wanting. And I never thought it'd come into play. I forgot about it, which is handing it over to the universe, you guys. And the next thing you know, boom, here it is, sitting right in May, you guys. Whatever it is that you are manifesting on a very positive level, you're gonna feel like a rebel. Like you have some kind of key of knowledge that other people don't have. You're definitely be walking a path that's it'll be your ordinary, but it's not ordinary for other people. It's unusual. A path to take, or you create your own. Okay. So then the next month, we have some money financial issues that may come into play, or at least this could be, an emotional feeling like it's a possibility if it doesn't really play out. And you start juggling things. You start, looking for business, trying to do this, trying to do that. And the guys are saying, you've came a long way. You've centered yourself a lot. You've learned a lot. So let's use our knowledge. More work doesn't create more abundance. Better energy, more balance creates more abundance. Okay. So, of course, we have to put the work in. But it's also very important to have downtime and to be very balanced and to follow your intuition. Okay. Um, the following month, there may be some business adventure that might fall through. The guides are saying that's okay. That's just making room for other situations. Not to look at this as a negative event, but do be holding on to your money. Okay, so if a business adventure comes in, let's see, what month is this? In July, right? Yeah, July. If a business venture comes in July, the guy just saying to save your money. Okay. So I'd be very, very weary about making any kind of investments in July. And matter of fact, as we go into August, I'd be postponing and taking a deeper level look at things as well. All right. September, you're feeling good about yourself, peaceful, balanced, feel like you built a good foundation for yourself, and you really don't have any worries. You're just kind of laid back, enjoying all this abundance that you've created through 2025. Now, as we enter October, you might find that, you're a little like, all right, this is my daily thing and it's getting a little bit much, but you're really reaping the benefits. Look, here's a King of Pentacles. This is actually the abundance card. So you are going to be sitting pretty by the end of the year for all this amazing energy and work you do. And you're going to be helping heal people in some way. I definitely feel that's, right on the line for a lot of you. Look at that healing. Something you do brings a healing energy forward, and that is while you have all this abundance coming in. Okay. So in November, it'll be a very busy month. You won't have a lot of time to relax. I would avoid doing any kind of drinking or overly drinking in that month, because that may result into some negative happenings that you don't desire. And then in December, I see you just feeling really good, ready for the next year, thinking, I've done a really good job. I've been very patient. I put a lot of hard work in, and you are still building wealth. And your career is going to move forward many moves. So how cool is that? I love it. Wow. So late, we just cannot stop getting passion cards today, Aries. All right. So I'm laying from this other oracle deck over here, and I get Sacred Heart, passion, love, spiritual communion. Okay. So there might be some working with other people, but on a spiritual level, people that, you have a good connection with and that you synchronize well with and work well with, and it just kind of flows from one each other. So this is kind of like a meant to be situation. And I'm seeing your passion just flowing, creating so much wealth for you. I am so excited for you, Aries. It's just going to take a little bit of work of letting go of any past situation, not letting that resurface even on a subconscious level. And we're all human. I'm sure it'll happen a little bit, but I'm sure you're also going to surprise yourself this year by really upping your game. All right. Wow. So, Aries, around career or love, of course. If you would like a more detailed reading or you have more questions, reach out to me on Keen, you guys. All the links are down below, and make sure you're subscribing and liking so you can take advantage of these readings as time goes. And this reading is going to be good for the whole year of 2025. So you can come back at any time you want and kind of tune in and be like, what did Geneva say about July? All right, shuffling these babies, and we're going to move forward. We're looking at love. Guys, what do we see? Around love for Aries in 2025. Oh my goodness. Wow, Aries. Excuse me, my back is getting bad over here, sitting over here. We have a little pillow behind me here, you guys. Here's my mascot. What do you guys think? Is she cute? Meow. What do you think I should name her? Be the Miss Geneva Tarot mascot. Let's put her where she can watch over us. All right. So the first card here I get is a patience card. So I feel like 2025 for you is all, about patience, time, investment, and allowing things to just build. So that's very interesting to me. So as you enter the new year, if you're single, I feel like it's going to stay that way. If you're with somebody, I see you moving forward many moons this year. There might be some times of confliction, or you don't get a whole lot of time together. But I'm not seeing no devastating situations for you guys that are in a relationship. Matter of fact, I'm seeing at the end of the year, if not during the whole year, you're really happy. But the end of the year, something's going to go on that's beyond your illusion, maybe a new home. All right. So that would be very cool, Aries. Maybe you have a new home with your partner. For a singles, this might even show you meeting a person and having a new home or building a home with this person by the end of 2025, you guys. You could find your person and be in a relationship. How amazing is that? Super, super cool. And I feel like this is something you've been wanting. Like I got the consciousness card. I mean, single, you guys in a relationship, it doesn't matter. You are manifesting it, you're creating it, you're making it happen. And here's the ending result. The Ten of Pentacles not only shows love, happiness, security, good health, and abundance. But yeah, it's like having your cake and your ice cream too. And then we got the Beyond Your Illusions showing that where you're sitting right now, you couldn't even imagine it. All right. So we got two readings going on right now. So if you're coming into the new year, you have your person, you're committed to this person. I feel like this person is very nurturing, very loving, supportive of you, maybe vice versa, or obviously vice versa. And that's going to flourish and grow. Okay. For you guys that are single, I see maybe a friendship moving to the next level. And I'm going to say June time. All right. And again, you guys, timing's fluid. It can change. You guys have free will, if you will. So, things can change, but energetically, that's what I'm kind of seeing that a lot of you could have a friend that will move into being a new love around June time. And by the end of the year, you could be living together. Remember, you heard it here first. Okay. If it happens, please let me know. But for you guys that are single, I think it's going to be about mid-month before you meet somebody that's really going to, hit it off. But I feel like you could actually be living with somebody by the end of the year. So that's the amazing part. So you spend the first part of the year working on you, maybe working on your business or career or whatever it may be. I got the laziness card in reverse. So you're not sitting back, right? You're out there making things happen. I like the energy. I got the past life card in April. So you might even meet somebody soon in April. Somebody you might even meet a past life connection in April. And this is going to be a positive connection. Again, all ending with the 10 of Pentacles. So a lot of you Aries are going to end up moving in with your partner. Maybe you already live with a partner. No, that's going to continue, and you guys are going to have a happy home. And winter time, holiday season next year. There's a lot of blessings coming into play for you. And these are things that was just set in the cards for you when it comes around these blessings in the homes. These are things that you manifested and you created. So you should be very proud of that, Aries. All right. So let's lay directly just for singles. Because I know majority of you that come to me, you're single and you're wanting to know when you're going to find that love. And I'm telling you, I think it's going to be April for some and around June for others. And it may be a friend. Yeah. Wow. The guides are just kind of confirming for you singles that you really just don't have a lot going on the first of the year. So if somebody enters a picture, I would just know you're kind of wasting your time. This is a time out period for you, to just kind of build a foundation for yourself to balance. Look, this is exactly what I see. I have all of these racking the mind, stress cards, sorrow cards, nothingness cards where you're just kind of sulking and feel like you have nothing. And I feel like this is all past tense and negative emotions that you might have connected with at one point in time. And you're not necessarily carrying it into the new year, but you're learning how to overcome this. You're creating new and releasing this, if you will. So I'm not seeing this being a big part of your 2025, okay? I see it being a healing, a releasing of this. And then this is where you're going to end up around May time is we got the trust card. You're letting go. You're having more faith in yourself, the future, the universe, and you're just going with the flow, knowing what meant to be will be. And that's a great energy you need to have because as soon as we see that, that's when we start seeing this past life connection entering. That's when we start seeing what is a friend moving to the next level. Okay. Wow. The guys are saying, knowing that this first part of the month being by yourself is not a negative event. I got a lot of you guys sulk over time, but I waited so long and this and that. We gotta let that energy go because that's just gonna create more time off. The guys are saying, really just focus into you that you do matter. That you need to relish this time because once you are in a committed commitment, you won't have time for this and you are going to transform. Look at this. This is a major Arcana card showing you moving to the next level on a personal level. And the better you are, the greater you become, the greater your energy is, so does your person. And it's not a negative time period. It's not like you're not going to enjoy life during this time period because you're not out there dating or maybe a little bit, but nothing significant. Okay. And we got the healing in reverse. So this is what we're working on. We're rebuilding our self-love. So that's the love we're working on for the first part of the year, Aries. And as you can see, as the end results, this really works out for you. As you end up getting that committed, loving relationship and even building a home together. Wow. All right, guys. What else do we have for Aries? I think this has been a pretty good reading today. What do you guys think? Let me know. If you want me to lay on some other things, I can. Oh, we got to do 2027. We're going to do that here in a minute, but I got to show you this. I just kind of randomly pulled a card while I was talking here, and it's the apprehension card moving out into the world, doubtful and fearful. All right. So, this is the full point of the first part of the year. And, it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's saying, that you're smart enough to know that you need to take a time out with yourself, your higher self, and really raise your energy, I guess you could say. All right. Cool. All right. So this soulmate, we're laying on the friendship first, okay? So I'm going to give you some ideas of who this might be, if that resonates with you, or maybe it'll pop up in the future. You'll be like, ah, she told me all about it. All right. So water sign. So more than likely, this is going to be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This person is spying on you. Okay. So it says someone's got their eye on you. You are doing your research. So it's probably vice versa. You guys are picking up on one another's energy. I'm going with online. I doubt you guys are looking through each other's windows. So I'm going to say you're spying on each other online. I feel like this is a social media friend. This is somebody you haven't done a lot of back and forth with, even though there might be somewhat of a flirty energy with. Yeah, I got cycles, fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. Okay, so I don't feel like anything's ending per se, but something new's beginning. Things are cycling forward. Fate, karma. I think it's interesting that the fate card is there after we saw that past life card earlier too. This person can definitely be a past life person as well. Maybe it was referring to one in the same kind of same person. There's so many of you here. For others, it might be an air sign, but you've never had any kind of challenges with this person. Everything's always flowed very nicely with this person, very peacefully. Yeah, and I got this diversion is needed. This little time period of you guys just spying on each other uh, from a distance is kind of needed, because you guys are prepping yourself. You're getting ready for this level of a connection. So very cool to see. Okay, so if somebody enters around February time, you guys, late January, know that this person might not be completely sure about their sexuality. Maybe you'll be able to tell that. Maybe you're not going to care too much about that whole scenario per se, but I wouldn't let your feelings get caught up in it. Because for one, we saw that nothing coming in but old cycles and patterns in the beginning of the first of the year, and I feel like this person's just not ready. They're still trying to figure their self out, if you will. Mm. The coffee is good today, you guys. Ooh la la. I see a vacation in play for some of you guys. So that's an amazing thing. A little bit offbeat. Maybe it'll be with your person because I am seeing it being about the time that this person's supposed to pop up. And I'm also seeing a confession coming forward to you. So this it's a little bit of an odd reading. I see a fire sign coming forward and making a confession towards you. Oh my goodness. It could have to do with pregnancy, you guys. Ah, confession, fire sign, pregnancy. I don't know if you guys can see these, but it doesn't get more direct than that. All right. So, wow. Oh, and that looks like that could be coming in June time, maybe. So, just coming into a love reading, you guys. I don't know if somebody's going to pop up out of the past for some of you, or if you're in for a surprise. Hopefully, it's not an underage daughter, but you heard it here first, no matter what happens. All right. So, too funny. All right, guys. What other messages do you have for Aries for 2025? And we're going to leave this in general. Maybe it's about love. Maybe it's about abundance. I avoid health, you guys. If it mentions health, I bring it up, but I never lay directly on health. For one, Keen doesn't allow it. Wow. January time, I feel like there's going to be some issues with family, maybe friends that you consider family. There could be some drama, some arguments, incompatibility, feeling that people being toxic. Yeah, this is definitely with a friend, somebody you're very close with. This would be like bestie. This is definitely text messages and beyond your illusion. Yeah, like you would have never pictured this happening. Okay, so the guys are suggesting in January time, if a friend hits you, being out of sorts, stay innocent, keep it innocent, don't lash out at them because I feel like you will feel guilty in the end. They're just very exhausted. You should just remain silent. And you'll feel better about remaining silent after it's over with. Okay, if you and I'm not saying you shouldn't say anything at all before this is over with. Just if they come forward with you running their mouth, hit them with silence. Just ghost them on it. Don't respond, because that's the whatever outcome of that is. You'll feel better that you didn't get pulled into it and just lash out and impulsively like attack them back. All right, Aries. So show some class. If a friend comes through, let them show their and you just walk away, and then you guys can discuss it at a different time, and you can say what you need to say then. But I feel like if you respond in a moment, Aries, you are going to lash out. Not saying that it's not deserved, but even so, once you settle down, you'll feel guilty. Okay. So let them be the one that's going to carry the guilt moving forward. You hit them with silence, which is probably going to make them even more mad, and you're going to avoid all that drama, all those arguments. Okay. Because when the guys put this out here, they're letting you know that this is you can avoid it. That's a reason for the warning. All right, in February, I would watch for legal issues coming forward. And maybe it's not a legal issue per se. I mean, I just have a legal card. We have lawyers, court, paperwork. I mean, you could be doing something positive, right? That you have to get done through the court system. It isn't always criminal, I guess, but we're about to find out. Oh, wow. I have the dream card, something that you've been postponing on and wanting to happen in the legal system is going to fall into place. So maybe an adoption of some sort. Maybe you'll finally get that child support. I don't know what it is, but I feel like this is a positive thing. And you know what it is. So, like, if that resonates with you, if you've been waiting for something legally to come through for you, it is going to happen. And I'm not seeing any finance cards, but maybe let's get some more details. No, I don't feel like this is really, I feel like this is more like a personal family issue, something on the nature of that. Not saying that some of you, or if you're waiting on money through some kind of settlement of some sort, that you won't get it. But what I'm seeing, the guys referred to right here is more on the lines of like, oh, glad that's over with. We can leave that behind, kind of scenario. So it's something that has been taking place and is went on too long and is finally going to be over with, Aries. That is the good news. All right, so we got some delays around something coming in, procrastination, too busy around March time. And I want to say we saw that earlier too, right? Like you really being on the move. Didn't we have the lazy card and you guys, I just started to say, didn't we have the lazy card in reverse? And look at this. As I was saying it, can you see it? That's a lazy card. I can't even make that stuff up. That's totally insane. Yeah, this is going to be a really bizarre month for you. It's going to be so active, so fast moving. So, whatever legal matters coming in February, don't let it strain you too much because you're going to need your rest. You're going to be ready as you move into March, where you're going to be limited on time. I'd be very scheduled oriented in that month. Okay. I would let friends know that you're not going to have a lot of free time, maybe some conversations on the phone, things of that nature, which you will be on a move. I also feel like there could be some travel coming into play that month, which you guys let me know. But I want to say I already said that earlier, or maybe it was a following month. And I see it being a good time for you, but you have to be able to keep yourself in a balanced state. All right. So make sure you're taking a time out, having a little bit of fun, spending time in nature, getting some fresh air, maybe some time by water. Downtime is just as important as work time, Aries. And that is how you're going to manage this month. Okay. As we enter into April, possibilities are going to be coming forward to you on a romantic level. Okay, so we saw, not a whole lot of action going on at the first of the year, but as we start to hit spring, everybody starts to start looking, get the little love bug going on and looking for their partner. And you might have some people coming in, transformation in reverse. This is a devil card, you guys, in reverse. To me, that's manipulation at the extreme level. Okay. So we're going to have some possibilities coming in on a romantic level, maybe even business level. So watch out of some snaky people that are wanting to lie to you. Now, guys, I love everyone and, whatever path of life that you choose. So when I say, somebody that's a cheater, being sneaky, I'm meeting somebody that's lying to the other person and not being upfront. I have a lot of you that are poly, and things of that nature. And That's okay. You love how you want to love. I'm just saying this is a person that's not being front. They're not being their authentic self, and they're not letting people know. They're coming in, they're trying to manipulate you in some way to just get what they want. If it's money, sex, attention, who knows, right? So really follow your instincts here because I also feel like that's when we saw that past life card or around that time. Let me know, you guys. So we're going to be having true love entering around this time too. So I feel like the universe is going to be testing you with some people that might remind you of past people, okay, that you've overcame before. So I'd watch that. I really would. And even as we enter into, yeah, wait a minute, June. Okay. Yeah, I am seeing some really manipulative, some people that are struggling with mental illness coming in your direction, Aries. So be really, really weary. Look at this. Psychopath, abusive, excuse me, conniving, unpredictable. Okay, so these are some huge tests from the universe. I felt like you've dealt with some people like this in the past, and you are a beaming light in the darkness, if you will. And I feel like people are just drawn to you. And in this time period, there's going to be a lot of negative people, not of anything wrong that you've done, but because of how amazing you are, that are going to try to work their way in and infest you, if you will. Do not allow it to happen. And when you kick these people to the curb and you start realizing that you have good, honest people that are there for you, you start to feel more hopeful, more inspired, more optimistic, and successful as well. All right. So, I don't want you to be paranoid. Um, but be very cautious. Watch your insecurities taking you down the wrong path this year, and watch being overly guarded as well. So there's a happy medium, right, Aries? Even though we know that there's definitely evil out there, there's bad people out there, we can't shut ourselves out completely because we won't be able to get that soulmate. So make sure you're staying balanced so you can follow your intuition, trust in that intuition because that intuition is messages from your guides, okay, letting you know what is the right and emotions as well. Like if you ever just go into a panic attack for no reason, there's a reason, okay? Your guides are sending you a message to let you know that something is off here, you know? I mean, I went through a situation one time where I almost lost my life, and I'm not going to go into the details of that. But as soon as it started taking place, instantly I almost hyperventilated, and I had to push myself through it. Um, but the circumstance was that of that was almost losing my life. All right, so always follow your instincts. And before I get off here, or before we leave for 2027, I'll tell you guys a little story that I don't mind sharing that's on that level, so you can understand what I mean. I was probably barely 21, something on the lines of that. But I had went out to some friend's house and we were doing some drinking and, or I hadn't even took a drink yet, but that was the intent. But a girlfriend of mine, she's begging me to come back to her place because she's going to be alone and she's going to be scared to be there. And, as soon as she asked me to come stay the night with her, I get a bad feeling. Yeah, I was like, just didn't feel right. And I'm like, no, no, I don't think I will. But she keeps begging, and I was feeling like a bad friend. So finally, I agreed to it. Okay. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go to your house. And as soon as I said it, you guys, I start nonstop vomiting. I mean, just nonstop vomiting uncontrollably. I'd had one drink, one single drink, you guys. I think it was a single beer. And, a little embarrassing to say, but I could handle my own at that time. So that definitely wasn't something that would make me usually get sick. But I just started nonstop vomiting. And even when she got me in her car and I'm telling her to drive me home because I'm sick, was getting sick in her car. I could not stop. Soon as she drops me off, she pulls out of the driveway, it stops. I feel perfectly fine. I did nothing, not a squeamish ever after that, right? So it was just really, really weird. So she calls me the next morning and she goes, "Oh my God, Geneva." She goes, "I am so happy you didn't come with me last night." She says, "After I dropped you off, I go up through the country. I go around this curve and I lose control by hitting the gravel." And she hit into a side of a bridge and she smashed a whole passenger side car in to the middle console. And when the cop got there, the first thing he did is grab her and said, "What the hell are you thinking?" He was like, "If anybody would have been in a passenger seat, they would be smashed to smithereens right now." Right? So your guys protect you through emotions as well. It's not all, direct messages. But if you feel like something is off, it is definitely off. Okay, you guys? Wow. All right. So let's see what messages do the guides have that you need to hear in 2025 that is going to, excel your abundance for 2027. Stay on track to what you're doing. So once you get on this line, if this is you and you're not doing already, of following your passions, know that's where you're meant to be. And no matter what, no matter how many people try to manipulate you and going a different way or stressors arise, stay on track because this is where you're going to be sitting in 2027. Look at this. King of Pentacles. This is a card of abundance, you guys. It doesn't get much better than that. This is someone excelling about their career. This is definitely the card of success, people being admired for their position, being the wise one people go to for all the answers. Mm. So I love seeing that. So it's just not compromising yourself, not letting others tell you how to put yourself out there, keeping your passion up, and realizing that your happiness, harmony, and feeling fulfilled is the most important thing because that's your energy, right, Aries? So if your energy is where it needs to be, you feel good, you're feeling positive, and your abundance is just going to keep flowing. All right. So liberation, breaking from the negative attachment. So we saw the first part of the year being all about you. And that's what that's about. Healing from past situations, getting yourself ready to be that king of pentacles. Okay. Female or male. All right, you guys. So very cool. This year, you're going to have new opportunities, a new career, successful business. All right. So we just got to stick with what we're doing. That is what's going to make your best 2027. So when you're sitting in 2027, by that point, you're living a life of comfort, you guys. You're reaping all the amazing benefits. You're a master of your energy. You're living this happy, balanced life. I love it, Aries. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me via Keen. I'll links down below. And happy manifesting. Mwah!